Good morning. I'm Mark Malone, and this is Wake Up with Rhinebeck Bank. Got another great episode planned for you this week, and what we want to talk about is express business financing. Now, there's a lot of banks out there that might say they have express business financing, but I can tell you at Rhinebeck Bank, we have a product called the Express Business Loan, and it truly is that, express. Today with me, I have Senior Vice President of Commercial Lending, Rich Kolosky, and our Assistant Vice President and Commercial Lender, Kevin Bennett. So welcome and thank you for joining us today, gentlemen.
Hi, Mark. Thank you very much.
Rich, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you.
And let's open it right up and talk about the Express Business Loan. It's a new product. I know something that I believe, Rich, was developed 2-3 years ago now?
It was about 2 years ago, Mark, that we introduced the product, and it's been a tremendous success for us.
And what are the types of what are the types of financing we do with the Express Business Loan?
We primarily use it for equipment and vehicles. Some of the great aspects of the product is we can go up to loan sizes of $250,000, and we have one-day approvals.
I mean, the one-day approvals is something that me as a small business customer, when I'm applying for a loan, that's one of the things I typically fear, is this is going to be a long, drawn-out process, but it's not that. And Kevin, I don't know if you have some examples of loans that you've done.
Mark, I have really countless examples, but honestly, just this morning I met with a client who had been banking with a big bank and is really having issues getting across what he wanted to get done. So we had been prospecting him a while, and he gave me a call. I told him about the Express program. We had it approved in 24 hours, and we had it closed in just over 48 hours because we had a weekend in between.
Well, and that's unheard of in the commercial lending industry, so that's fantastic. And I think it's a round of applause for Kevin Bennett for being up that early on a Monday morning, closing a loan for one of his clients.
Whatever it takes, Mark.
Now, outside of the process and the amount of time that it takes to get this loan closed, it's also limited documentation, correct?
Oh yeah, it's very limited actually. Typically a fully underwritten loan, you're getting tax returns, you're getting income statements. With this particular, it's a few forms, and I can sometimes even do it via email, get them signed and back. It's really a very quick process.
And Rich, what are some creative pieces of equipment that you've seen financed in the past through the Express Business Loan?
Well, Mark, just about everything from the routine vehicles and trucks. We've done some restaurant equipment. We've done some distilling and brewery equipment. Really anything that you need for your business, we can deliver on.
That's fantastic. And with the development of this product, I think it's something as a community bank we were able to put out there because our customers needed it.
I think that's the real answer there, Mark. It was a need that was demonstrated by our customers who sometimes came up with an opportunity. It might be a great buy, it might be something that came up that they weren't expecting and weren't prepared for, and we had to create the product to meet the need of our customers, and it has proven to be very, very successful for us. We bring it down to the branch managers, and the branch managers have done a great job because it's a great introductory product for them so they can learn the commercial lending process. We've actually had a branch manager just transition over to us this year who was one of the top performers in the branch aspect of commercial lending.
And I think that's a great point because that's one of the benefits of working with a bank like Rhinebeck is, we have so many employees that have experience and knowledge as it relates to commercial lending. And Kevin, I think you're a great example of that as well. Talk to us a little bit about your background at the bank.
Well, I came over to the bank about 6 years ago, and I had an opportunity to open our Fishkill branch, which has grown really well and has since been taken on by another branch manager who is one of our top performers on the lender side. And then about 5 years ago, I had the opportunity to come over to the commercial side, and I've developed a good group of prospects, a good group of customers, a good group of relationships, and really kind of studied under Rich, and hopefully continue to grow into that next level.
Yeah, no, I see your name a lot now when I'm out there in Poughkeepsie, and I hear your name a lot. So you've certainly done a great job developing that market and the rest of our market area. I kind of want to switch topics here real quick before we wrap up today. And I started in a larger organization. I know Rich was also at some larger banks, and you were at a larger bank. And I want to talk a little bit about community banking and the differences between that of a community bank and a larger bank. And from my experiences, I can say that our ability to be reactive and make decisions is certainly something that we can do more quickly here on the community banking end. Any thoughts?
Well, honestly, Mark, I think we've hit on some of them already, but the fact that our underwriting team is right here in Poughkeepsie, I can meet a client and then I can go talk to my underwriters within 20 minutes. You just can't get that at a big bank. We've talked about on the employment side, but on the customer side, it's a much easier, quicker, direct process.
Rich?
Yeah, that's a great point because we're closer to the customers, I think. We don't have to go outside of the area for any approvals. Everything comes back local. The underwriting is local, the decision making is local, and I think our people are involved. They're truly involved in the community, whether it be through not-for-profits or a lot of our folks are involved with soccer, baseball, basketball, not-for-profit organizations, not-for-profit boards and committees and things like that. So we are a reflection of our community and we are responsive to the community.
The other thing is, our CEO, Mike Quinn, I think you've had on the show, he wants to be involved, and so he's talked to Rich and to myself about getting out and meeting clients, and we've brought him out direct to sit down and have lunch and get to know our customers. I don't know what big bank where you're going to get the president of the bank to take the time to get to know you like that. It's really, it just is a differentiating factor for us than most of the other banks in our market.
And I think that's a great point. And certainly the years that I've been at Rhinebeck, I think we've accelerated that get out of the office, let's go see our customers process, where I think other banks are pulling back on it. So it's certainly a differentiating factor for us. I want to talk about chicken wings for a second, Kevin. And
of course.
So Kevin and I, we love chicken wings, and we've tried them all the different places that are out there. What are your feelings on chicken wings, Kevin?
Yes, well, Mark and I have sort of a monthly date where we'll usually get together and grab our chicken wings. They have to be extra crispy and generally mild. And we have to be really careful so we don't get anything on our shirts and ties because we have to get back to work afterwards.
Good, good. and we have several customers that make fantastic chicken wings that we always make sure and we stop at their spots.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, listen, I want to thank you for joining us today,
Thank you
Kevin.
very much, Mark.
Rich, thanks again.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you.
And
Great to be
hopefully
with
you guys are back with us soon.
Great, thank you.
I want to thank Rich Kolosky and Kevin Bennett for joining us today. It was great to learn a little bit more about our Express Business Loan product. And if you're in need of a loan, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk to you. And we'll see you next week on Wake Up with Rhinebeck Bank. Thanks again.